Welcome to the Night Watch podcast. Got my boy Alex. Alex, I appreciate you coming to the show, bro.
Yo, pleasure to be here, man. Finally made it out. Thank you. Thank you.
No, you asked me to come, and I'm like, you're not serious, bro.
I told you I was serious.
Well, I'm glad to have you because you live a different life that most people that I know, and I like that life that you live, and I live like that too. So we're gonna be able to relate on a lot of shit.
For sure. I'm excited. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast. This is the fucking team. You know what I'm saying?
The team's dope. So far, so good. Everything's been amazing. Hospitality's good. Drinks good.
Oh, the drinks is always.
Can't believe you made me drink, but that's cool.
No, I didn't make you do anything. I didn't make nobody do anything.
At gunpoint.
Listen.
We're bucked up.
Bucked up, coffee, everything.
Coffee. We got pre-workout. Cheers.
Cheers,
Screw
bro.
all. Thanks for having me.
I want to ask you real questions, bro.
I got real answers.
Good. And he's one of the gay activists. Why are you gay? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that, bro. Don't laugh, Tony. But I want to talk about real man, uplifting real man, and that's something that we don't get enough of. We always get like real men that work for their families, their kids, themselves to better themselves. Don't get the praises that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? And I see you at the gym all the fucking time, and I'm there all the time. Hey, I know how hard it is to walk through those doors all the fucking times every day. But the fact that I see you, that means you're there just like me, and you go through the same shit I go through, same mental shit. Gotta get up, gotta go do this. Tell me, what do you go through when you gotta get up? Nobody's waking you up, right?
No, nobody's waking me up. God, right? God's making. Thank God I get to wake up every day, right? That's one thing I say all the time. And, I started doing these posts on Instagram about, my workout and the journey and getting up and running every morning. And
I seen that.
It's an appreciation for what God has given me, right? Like we get to get up, right? The other day you had Diego on, right?
Yeah.
Diego lives a life where he was in a wheelchair his whole life, right? We get to, we have legs. Yeah. So for me to not get up and use my legs and walk, I think it's almost sinful. It's like
100%.
Why am I not using my body that was given to me as a gift to go do it and use it and make it stronger, right? And the same thing for our mind and our hearts.
Yeah.
So I'm passionate about it. And there's no motivation other than wanting to better myself, right? Like I just been on a journey of you have ups and downs. Like we talked about depression and mental illness. And I'm not saying I have that, but a lot of people are going through it. And the gym is one of those areas.
I know you did our first when I first started. This man got something.
I'm special. I rode the short bus for a little while.
We all did, or at least we belong there.
Right.
We just never made it there.
Yeah.
But we belong there. I believe that. I believe in not that I believe in. I know that depression is real, and I told you I want to talk about that because some people think depression is like you being in a fucking cave or being in your room all the fucking time, not getting shit done. But depression, like the one I went through, I was really fucking working. I was trying to get out of depression, but nothing stops for me. Business don't stop, workouts don't stop. My mind was depressed, you feel me? But nothing else around me stopped, so I kept going. And people saw me like, yo, you're good. Yeah, okay. But some people think that depression is being in a room locked up and making excuses. Is that?
No. So I think I agree with you. I think the mind is a motherfucker, right? The mind knows everything about you. Your brain knows your good things, your bad things, and knows absolutely everything. And it could go against you if you allow yourself to overthink and sit within your thoughts.
Yep.
And when you sit within those thoughts and ruminate, you start creating this falsehood of who you are, and it starts pushing away who you really meant to be, right? So if you allow it, you're not physically in a corner bundled up, but in your mind, you can be in a room full of 100 people, but you feel alone. Yep. But you're still making moves because you got to, right? You're a man. Yeah. You got to provide for your daughter. Mm-hmm. You got to provide for your ex. You got to provide for your own living. Yeah. So you got to keep moving. Like you can't stop. Some people do stop, right? And that'll go into the conversation of how some men are different than other men, where some men allow that to paralyze them and they stop doing what they need to do. Yep. But others keep moving and just struggle with it, right? And then find ways to do it. And I think that's the thing, that one of the things about the gym, the benefit is, some people are like, that's my therapy, right? That's where I go to
That's
leave
just
it.
real, though.
And physically, it's real.
It sounds corny as fuck.
Yeah.
When people like, no, that's my therapy. Motherfucker, that really is a therapy for a lot of people, including myself.
Yep.
I'm there all the fucking time. And it helps me release, bro. That's my outlet. I don't do drugs. I don't do other things. That's not my outlet. The gym is my outlet.
Right.
I'm not competing. I'm not trying to go into a fitness journey. No, bro. I'm just trying to be released and be healthy at the same time. So yeah, it sounds corny, but that's an outlet, bro.
And you get to do it, right? You get to do it. You're healthy enough to do
bro,
it.
You get to walk to those doors, bro. A lot of people don't even get up or wake up. The minute I wake up, I'm like, bro, suck it up.
Yeah.
Some people didn't wake up today.
And then some people start that journey where I have to, right? I have to lose this weight. I have to do it. And that's fine. Once you get in there and you build that momentum and it becomes part of your life, then it becomes that mentality of where I get to do this, right? I've surpassed the things. Like, people do things for two different reasons: because you hate it so much or because you love it, right? For me, I went through a short period of time in my life where I was chubby. For me, it was like,
I didn't know
I
that.
hated
Really?
being fat so much that I had to do
I didn't know
this,
that.
right? That's what drove me to do it, right? So either I hated it so much that I wanted to change my life, or you love it. Now it became a love. Like, it's part of who I am. Thank God it's now part of what my kids want, right? For a while, it was like, damn, when are my kids gonna take on what I do? When are they gonna want to love working out? When are they gonna want to love start doing jujitsu and doing stuff? For a while, I was like, damn, they're not learning or picking up any of the things that I love.
But they see it, though,
But they
Alex.
did. They saw it, and they're doing it, and they're doing it now. And it was by example, and it proves whatever you do is by example.
You got to be a leader, but
Be a
leaders
leader.
got to lead by example.
But you also got to be aware of that, right? Too, like, depression fucks with your mind, where it's just like, damn, they're not following, they're not doing it, and you start thinking negativity about yourself, right? Beating yourself up about it, but then you got to be aware, and awareness, and soberness, and just
my daughter, since she was little, bro, since she can remember, I can guarantee you, she saw me at the gym.
I love seeing your daughter at the gym. Every time I see her, I get the biggest smile. I know you.
My daughter bump heads all the time at the gym because she thinks I don't know how to do anything. Clearly, we can't coach our kids.
Right.
Michael Jordan couldn't teach his kids how to play basketball.
No.
Which sounds stupid. He had to get a trainer. So she listened to everybody else but me. So we bump heads. And it's all good. I get it. She tells me, Dad, I'm gonna go against everything you say, but I'm still gonna do it. I'm like, okay, that doesn't make it any better. I don't want to argue with you. But the fact that all she known was gym through me. Now she's at the age that she wants to go there.
Right.
And I didn't think she was gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? But it's a good thing to see that, she got it.
Yeah.
So you lead by example until they get it. Everybody has different times, bro.
Right.
But as long as you stay consistent, whoever's watching, I'm like, damn.
And like you said, timing is everything, right? Everybody's timing is different. Like, whatever we're doing in life is separate from yours, right? My timing, like, if I go back to school, I think there were people in school that were learning things at a more advanced level than I was, right? For me, I'm always like a year behind, 2 years behind in learning. Like, even reading a book, I'd have to read a book 4 or 5 times to actually capture it.
I've seen that you have a lot of books that you put on your social media.
Yeah, I read a lot just because for me, it was one of those things. It's like, if it was a deficit, I wanted to make it something that was powerful for me and I wanted to learn. So if I was bad at reading and I couldn't comprehend I had to go into it and learn it. Yeah, my attention span's bad too, but so I started finding books that taught me how to better myself, and that's interesting, right? Anything about spirituality or bettering myself or about business are books that I find interest in, but I still got to go back and read, or I got to write down.
Do you use the audio? Or
I'll do both. I'll do audio at the gym sometimes, but it's there's something about your fingers touching paper it's a romantic side of it that you're actually feeling and touching it that changes things.
Okay.
And it's a little more relaxing. But the audio is good depending on what type of books. But I do both.
Okay.
But I enjoy it.
I didn't know that. People say that when you write things down, it sinks in more.
Yeah.
You remember when you type it, either way, whatever it is, right? Then you just think.
Right.
And not put it into paper.
Well, it's kind of like a dream is a dream till you actually take action, right? We were talking about that earlier about one of our friends.
Yeah.
You can dream all day long, but until you take action on that dream, it's always going to remain a dream.
I always say, like, I'm a risk taker for real. You know what I'm saying? When there's opportunity, either you jump or you don't.
Right.
Those who jump can benefit the rewards from jumping, but it's risky, bro.
And that's true
Not
entrepreneurship.
everybody jump,
Right.
bro. Not everybody jumps,
No,
bro.
everybody's afraid. A lot of people are afraid, and that I admire that about you because something always comes up, and you're always texting me, "Hey, we got this opportunity, right?
Bro,
you ready to
I
jump?"
sound retarded,
No matter
bro,
what
when
it
I
is,
do
but
that.
it's like you're not afraid to jump
But I
on
sound
something because you
retarded
never
to
know what's
people.
gonna hit, right?
Bro,
You don't know what's gonna hit.
No, bro, you never know. I sound dumb to people, and I tell them. I ask them. I say, "Yo, do I sound dumb to you?" I always got something. I'm in a world that people hit me on like, "We got this, we got that," and I'm always like, "I'm gonna take it."
Right.
Because what if it hits?
And that's why people are
What
reaching
if
out
it
to you
is?
because they know you're gonna
They know.
promote it. You're gonna
they know
push it.
I can push it.
There's a really good book by.
But it's hard, Alex. It's hard. It's hard
Oh, it is.
to get people that always hit you like, "Yo, I got this," and then you go and try to pitch it to somebody else. They're like, "How many things?"
Well, they're not going to be as excited about it, and that
They
goes to
don't.
expectations, right? You can't expect anything from everybody. You put it out there, right? You can't. You can walk a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Facts.
But like the admiration that I have for you for taking on different opportunities is great because there's certain things that you want to grow up and say yes to, right? So there's a book called The Surrender Experiment, and I won't ruin it for everybody, but it's a really good book if you go out there and get it. But it's about saying yes to certain situations that you would typically say no, and it changes your life. And it's a good book. I've read it several times and actually bought it for people because it's so impactful. Because sometimes we're just so afraid and we just say no to things. When if you just say yes, you just don't know what's gonna come out of it, and it'll just evolve and bring something out.
I'm that person that says yes to everything.
But again, you got to be careful what you say yes to, right?
I pick and choose, right? But
Right, pick and choose
If I
to the
see,
yeses.
if I see the opportunity and I say, that looks good, I'm not knowing the outcome. I'm gonna go yes.
Right.
Before I say no. What if? The what if? That's what I live for. Because what if, Alex?
Yeah, what if?
Or not take the leap or do it, and then you stuck in the same fucking spot you are now.
Yep.
So I don't live like that, but it's hard. It's frustrating when you try to put people on and they just don't jump.
Yeah. And the definition of insanity is, right? You keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome.
They say nothing changes until something changes, right?
Right.
Nothing changes, right?
Yeah.
So I like that because if you don't change something, nothing's gonna fucking change, bro. No opportunity is not gonna knock on your door.
No.
People think opportunity knocks on. No, it doesn't. You gotta go create it. And when you create it, your energy is different.
Right.
If your energy and vibration is different, you're gonna attract that. If you, I seen something that if you think about it, it can only be 100 times strong. But if you fucking say it, it's 10,000.
Right,
times
put it out to
stronger.
the universe.
So I started speaking what I want.
And if you write it down, it brings it to
I haven't
another
done
level,
that. I haven't
right?
done
So
that,
when
but
you
I'm
write
gonna
it down
do
and
it.
map it out.
Damn.
I remember talking to a consultant years ago, and I didn't do it. And this is me being stubborn and prideful.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't hire him. It was like a coach. And it was early on when I first started my business. And his name was Sammy Chong, I remember it. And he's like, what do you want? What do you want out of your business? And I'm like, I started telling him, and he goes, all right, start from when you made the amount of money you want to make. Like, let's say you wanted to make $6 million with your business. Now reverse it from the time you made it. Picture the office, the location you're at, the employees, the amount of computers you have, the amount of clients you have, and picture it all the way from the back and write it down. And it's going to come true. I didn't do it. I was still very successful with my business, but I can only imagine if I would have gone back and actually listened to instruction. Like I have a problem with authority, right? Like it's a pride thing. Like you're not going to tell me how to do it. I think I'm going to do it better, which is I'm working.
There's nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
trying to better myself every day,
nothing wrong
right?
with that to
Like
an
you
extent.
you like doing it this way. I'm going to
Yeah.
try to. I'm going to make you like baked chicken this way. I'm going to try to make it this. I'm going to add lemon to it because I'm going to
Yeah.
do it my way, like Frank Sinatra. But yeah, I think. Sometimes if we allow pride to just drop and listen to people that have already been successful
Yep.
and follow that pattern because the blueprint is already there. The blueprint's there. Some people are handing you the blueprint.
Bro, but some people don't get that, man. Some people, I always said, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Don't fix it.
Right.
Just do it your way, but follow what's working. If I know my man over here is successful, why wouldn't I listen to what he's saying? But you rather me listen to you, not you, but to the other person that's telling me, yo, that might not work. And they're not even close to the success that this man is at.
Right.
They knock shit before they try it. They scared of the unknown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is stupid. Because the unknown is way better, bro. But they're so stuck in their ways. And that's something I deal with a lot of my family, my friends. I seen so much, bro, that I want to give out so much information, but me doing that is too much for them. They look at me like I'm being cocky, I'm being like I'm trying to belittle them, and it's frustrating because I'm not. I want to, bro. What I seen is real. I seen success at so many levels that we can do it, and I'm so like amped up about it that because I done it myself,
Right.
but because they don't see me like that, they fall short too. I'm like, use me to get you where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? But they rather listen to somebody that made it, that's famous and all this. Bro, they didn't make it just like that. They had to go through the same.
They had to go through everything. I think that kind of shows to like the teaching mentality, right? Like some kids will go to a university or college or a teacher, and the professor is teaching you all the different elements that you need in life or to do whatever and build whatever career. But that person's not there, right? Their purpose in life was to teach and instruct, but they're handing you the information to do this. But some people's mentality are sitting in that desk or in that chair and saying, well, why am I going to listen to you? If you here,
Bro,
you didn't make it. Trying to teach me to be a millionaire or an entrepreneur, but you sitting here teaching me as a teacher at some school, why should I listen to you?
Yeah.
But their purpose was to teach you, right? Their God-given talent was to teach. And in teaching, you also learn. So it's like different mentalities. It's like how we walk into this situation.
But the way I see it is like they're going check to check and they're teaching me about business, right? Why wouldn't they use the same shit that they're applying to me for themselves? That's one thing I don't get. You know what I'm saying? I think like that.
But again, it's that mentality. It's that risk, right? Do I want? Like
They don't take the risk.
We were talking about that corporate world and the entrepreneur.
I want to get into that.
Right. They want that security level, right? They want that tenureship, right? That tenure,
their
that their personal
preference.
situation, preference.
Okay.
Like they probably don't have the ambition that you and I have. Like we want to have like the dope ass crib or the car, or be able to just spend money and give money away as we want, right?
Yeah.
So that's that entrepreneur level. Easy come, easy go. I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna expand it. To them, there's a security. For some reason, psychologically, that just says, hey, I want to stay here. I'm content.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being content, right? We need those people.
I was just about to say that. That's their purpose.
That's their purpose.
And your purpose was to sit there and listen to that so you can go to the next.
Right.
That's a good way.
And that's a good
That's
teacher,
a good way
right?
to put it, bro. Because I had an issue with that. Like, why you teach? I say this: you can't tell me to do something that you're not doing. You know what I'm saying? And you can't tell me I'm doing something wrong when you're not even in my world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everybody has his purpose.
And sometimes you just need, maybe you're full of the information, but you want to share the information because you want the validation of somebody to be like, hey, you can do this, or I'm a partner up with you in this, right? Like maybe you need the money, you need the credit, or you need something to be able to push through with the idea that you have, right? Everybody needs something. And that's how do we reduce and be humble to the idea that we want to be able to do this along somebody and we need help. Like as men, sometimes we just don't want anybody to help us, right? We just want to do it alone.
Different type of men can take that information and be humble enough to understand it and apply it. There's other type of men that feel threatened by you telling them something that is going to benefit them in the long run, but they don't want to hear it from another man.
Right.
That's his pride. You know what I'm saying? Those are two different type of men. And we're gonna get into that. But before we get into
that pre-workout kicking in, because I'm sweating.
Before we get into that, we're gonna go ahead and toast to balance out the pre-workout with our cup of tea from Screwball.
Cup of tea, yeah.
Bro, that's good shit, bro. I said a lot of good knowledge.
Yeah, good nuggets there.
Speaking of knowledge.
Thanks again for having me.
No,
this is
you
awesome.
for having us.
It's been a minute.
Um,
Damn, you look pretty in them glasses.
Listen, I like
Those are nice
bro.
glasses.
You made me look smarter, bro. I want to tap into, bro. You fucking blind or what?
Why? Those are his glasses?
Yeah, I thought it was fake glasses, but Alex, for this segment, bro.
Cheers.
Tell me, I'm big on being a real dad, being a real father to our kids and all that. Tell me how you grew up with your fucking, not gonna say fuck. That's the pre-workout. Tell me how the upbringing with your father was? What did he tell you and taught you how to be a real man that you are right now? How was that like?